Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve, this is Everyday Artist, and welcome. And this is Rogue. So when we film our Three Sisters creative videos, Rogue always comes, we film them over at the table because there's three of us. And Rogue always goes over like, I want to sit by you. I always get to sit by you. So, yeah. Anyway, I did not get as much stitching. I stitched a long time, but I don't have a lot of progress. And yeah. So I'm going to talk first about my temperature chart. This is Stitchin' Mommy's temperature turtles. I'm glad I keep a log of every temperature because so this past week when I went to do this week's thing, which would have been going around the bottom of the turtle and coming up to where I started, it didn't fit. And I couldn't figure out what I did wrong. And so I took it out. The error I found, I took it out from here and went like this all the way around. It still didn't fit. But I figured that this was the same, and so I said, okay, I'll deal with it being a little bit closer here and take this out and go ahead and move this over one thing and it'll fit then. So I am going to have to take out all of the stitching from this month in that now and just start again and just be really, really, really careful that, I mean, the first time I did this turtles, I had an issue. But since then, it hasn't been so bad. But I've restitched this and restitched. So, and the thing is that I was like, okay, that's the same. Because it's the same on top and bottom. This outside curve. That's the hard one. Once you get that, it's pretty easy. But it's the same. You know, the increments are the same. And I was counting. I was looking. It's the same. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm just going to take it all out and start again and go from there. Because at this point, I'm so angry with it, I may not want to pick it up again until December. I won't do that because it'll be too hard to get back in there. But, oh man, it's making me frustrated. I wasted all day on Friday frogging what I had so far and then stitching it again and then stitching this last week to have it still not right. And so Sunday, yesterday, I went back to it and I'm like, I frogged some more and went to put stuff in where I thought it'll fit now. And no, it doesn't. So I'm going to start from a clean slate and just do it over. I think that's the best option. Too bad I have to do so much frogging. By the way, the temperatures this week have been up and down, up and down and up and down. You can't see from what I have here. They've been a little bit warmer than this day, but they were like 82, 75, 84. I thought this was November, but apparently not. Anyway, yesterday and today it's been cold. I saw a TikTok There's a guy, he's got on a big coat and he's shivering, and it said, you know, when it's 80 degrees in Phoenix. And yeah, you know, we think it's cold at 75 degrees. When you're used to 100, 75 is cold. I tell people a 30-degree drop in temperature is a 30-degree drop in temperature, no matter what the hot temperature of is, you know, so you feel it. And this is from somebody who lived in Belgium where it snowed for 2 weeks without stopping. The trees were white with ice on them. Our heat froze, our water froze. I know what real cold feels like. But, you know, your body gets used to these warmer temperatures. And so, by the way, that's why I live in Phoenix, being in Belgium with so much snow. I used to think when I was younger that I liked snow. I don't. So this is what I'm doing for the Jingle Ball, Tiny Modernist Gingerbread House. See the little cute little gingerbread man. Isn't he cute? So I'm not sure if I showed you last week. I finished the front. It's all backstitched, everything. So then I started on the side. I have not been able to give it the love it should have, but I started the little gingerbread man. The same color goes in one of these gumdrops, so I just decided to just go ahead, because I couldn't finish the red because I had to. He has 2 red buttons right here. I know it doesn't make any sense, but that's what I was thinking. Anyway, you know, what I should do is just do all these and then worry about what's down here after I finish this dude. But, you know, when you're looking at it and you're like, okay, I don't want to count, you know, 40 if I can count just 2 and pick up a different color. But I like, my sister says that she's a color completist. I try to get as much of the same color done without moving on to a different place, but I'd rather just keep changing colors than have to do a whole bunch of counting, because as we know, I can't count. So I have never been good at mathematics. Things like algebra and stuff like that's very easy for me, but multiplication tables, I have no, I don't have them memorized, and at this point, I don't care. That's what calculators are for. So when I went to go from junior high to high school, there's a test to put you in the right classes, and my tests put me in advanced English classes and remedial math classes. Now, my math is a lot better than remedial, but that's how I tested. And so maybe it's not surprising that I have so much trouble. After a week, they moved me up to a different class. Anyway, yeah. So, WhipGo. This was my first WhipGo pick of November. Winter Reindeer by Dirty Annie's Southern style. I had wanted to get more done on this than I did, but I was loving the gingerbread house. So you can't stitch at the same time on two things. You can stitch two different things like during the same period of time, but not at the same time. This is how far I've gotten. And you know, what's funny is I was just like, maybe I could just do the green. But I wasn't done with the brown yet, and I was like, yeah, I'm just sick of brown, but that doesn't make any sense. I did do one little white sock because I had some leftover white. I have to put more snowflakes in before I can start on the next deer. So yeah, it's gonna be cute. This deer isn't finished. He needs 2 white socks, little red toes, and a red nose. So I can't, I love that piece. As I said, next year I'm going to do something different than WIPCO. I'm going to pick probably 24 projects that I'm going to focus on each month, and I'm going to assign them a month. But focus on doesn't necessarily mean half the month and half the month. It might mean have those 2 ready to work on that month and pick one of those 2. But I'm also going to pick one new start for each month, because I have so many patterns that I would like to start, and they're just sitting there, and then I find a new one and I go with that. When I buy a pattern, what I normally do is make sure I have the fabric and threads, even if I'm not going to start it right away. I may not kit it up where it's all together, but I make sure I have all of what I want. I have the fabric I want to stitch on and the threads needed for the project, so that when I do want to start it, it's not a big deal. So I have all of that sitting there, and I haven't started them. So I think I need to get on that. So here is the project I'm working on the second half of the month, because I have no idea what I did with the hard copy. I believe it's called Merry Wizards. It's by CrossStitchingForFun, and it is a free pattern on their Facebook page. So here's Mary Ravenclaw. This white that's in here was not stitched before. So, and I thought I was all done with everything but the white and the gray, but as I was going down, I noticed that this Krynic does not continue down, so I need to finish that Krynic. I guess I ran out of that particular thread and just went, I'll finish it later. So, and this fabric is so sparkly that I didn't notice it was missing until I was stitching on there. I'm hoping to get this one done and maybe start the last one. This whole little dude is backstitched, so we'll see. Because I do have to finish that turtle, and I'm doing the gingerbread house, so we'll see. Anyway, that's all. I think that's all. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great November. Thanksgiving is fast approaching for those of us in America. And I have no knives. I have no cutting boards. I have no kitchen. I have no pots and pans. I have a microwave and an oven. Microwave's easy to use without pots and pans, but ovens not so much. So my sister and I are trying to think how we can contribute. It's always held at my sister's house, so that's not a big deal. My other sister. But we're like, well, maybe I can do this, or maybe I can do that. We'll see. We're still trying to figure it out. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I will see you again next week. I will not be filming the week of Thanksgiving. I'm just not. So I hope you guys have a great week and happy stitching.